Have you tried cheating? Maybe I should. Using process kill to avoid save and quit freeze and reroll quest rewards? Well, that seems not allowed. Maybe for... Yeah, but then you have to restart your D2, which I guess, to be fair, doesn't take that long. That probably is faster to do an entire restart of the game than to save quit. Jesus. All right. Magic Find Monday. Why wouldn't it be allowed? Probably to reset quest rewards, I would imagine. You have to get the runes. At this point, restarting the run pushes us to like 4 in the morning if we finish the run. And that's just a little too late. So we will hunt for Mang Song's lesson. For a couple hours. And then tomorrow we will come back and start the run over. And hopefully get the runes. Which really sucks. I was feeling really good today about running. I was feeling really good about it, but we just... God. I never once had the runes.
Not able to drop call. Ed thinks he'll drop Mang Song's law.
Splits are still on screen? Oh, right. Sorry. Wrong one. We'll get it, all right, S&T? Just... This is my my biggest difficulty with streaming and having a job is that I work and then I'm streaming at nights Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so like it's a little harder to do long ones.
Where Llama finds Mang Songs.
You know, like if I start at 7:30, an 8-hour stream would put me at 3:30 in the morning, and that's just a little bit late. So it makes it a little tough for when you can't get a run off the ground for 3.5 hours. Thank you, Epsilon. But you know what? It's okay, because we're going to find Mang Songs today instead, and then we're going to be like, why did we ever feel so bad about not getting it? Ooh. 5% down, nice. As opposed to if I stream on like Thursday or Friday or Sunday when I do those sorts of days. That gives us a little bit more to work with. And we'll just party more and stuff, you know. Do some other D2 content then. God, those runs were terrible. And I wasn't even being like super, whatever you call it, stingy about it or whatever. You know? Like if I really wanted to get crazy, I could be like, alright, I need to get Talith on the first 2 or 3 runs so that I can get out and, you know, be in even better position through Act 1 and 2. No. I was just trying to get okay time. Where like, okay, if I get out and go to level 12 in there, that's fine. You know. Even 13. I just wanted to leave there before like 6 runs. Which should not be that difficult. Paladins never got Taleth. I was doing like 7, 8 runs over and over. And even if I moved forward, wouldn't find it forward. It was just nasty. Yeah, this source is made from scratch. Tried getting Diablo Prime. Maybe it gets better like my stream because you get more stuff. Thanks. Oh my god. Is that it? Dr. Albert. Come on, let's just snag an Archon staff real quick and call it good. Have a party. Relax the rest of the night. Come back, world record tomorrow. And yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good day. Am I gonna play a Final Fantasy VII Remake? Probably not. I never played any Final Fantasy stuff before, so I don't have any real connection to it, you know. I haven't had an Archon staff drop in a couple of times, so we are due for that. It has definitely been a pretty long drought without an Archon staff of any color. Sold out everywhere. I can believe it. I've had a Caduceus. In fact, I got a Astrians, what, just last month? Yeah. Got another Astrians last month, so we've had that drop. It's just a good place to farm. No quad mute. We had an Unearthed one drop the last time we played. I feel like we had another caddy drop prior to that, so. Archon staff is due. And that's how statistics work. A couple of them have. Must be trapped in the loot table as an Ethrune. Ah, yes. Three Moth struggled for Mang Song's lesson as well. That was actually his last item.
Good day.
So we both had the same last item. He took way less long to find it. He also did magic find days way more often though, so. But I do have more hours than him.
Time to reset the Grail.
So yeah. Yep, started over from the top. I do have more hours than him in this. Dang, man, these frames are so bad today.
Your presence honors me.
Exclamation mark MF gear. I don't have when every item was found, but exclamation mark MF items will give you the last like 20 and when I found each of them. Need to be a little greasier to find it? I guess so.
I can't carry anymore.
Gotta grease it up. New version Media XL? Oh, that's cool. Maybe. That was a fun game. Alright.
I am overburdened.
These frames. Is every single person in the world making sourdough? What in the world? Just an update, not a bunch of new stuff? Oh, okay. It should be... Oops. Is that not it? That's kind of something. Maybe it's just exclamation mark MF. There it is.
Where can I take you?
Change stream title so it lets its guard down. Looking for anything but Mang Song's lesson. Yeah, I definitely did not expect it to be an entire year. I gotta admit that. Hey out there, how you doing?
Hey.
I can't carry anymore.
I will be very excited when I eventually find it. Maybe we'll do some hardcore grind on it this weekend. I don't know. Don't really have anything going on Friday. Usually my off day, but maybe we'll use it for some MF. I have 685 MF. The next Manverse stream is the 25th? Yeah, and 26th. Exclamation mark schedule if you ever want to see what my streaming schedule looks like. Friday is the remake come out day. Well, I won't be playing that. How'd the run go? Awful. Today, days like today are the days that make you go, huh. Sometimes I wish I was just speedrunning Mario or Zelda or some game that isn't filled with massive amounts of RNG. Because there's nothing like the game just saying, nope, today you don't get to run. And you going, but I really want to, and it going, too bad. And that's that. Do Zelda randomizer. I feel like I would need to learn a couple tricks though first before I did a randomizer. It feels like being able to use an ocarina to drop down a well or things like that are mildly important in those.
Good day.
Been watching Super Mario Bros. 3 speedrun, still plenty of RNG. Is it though, compared to Diablo 2?
I can't carry anymore.
He has Infinity, Andes, and Fortitude.
I am overburdened.
Oh, cows cannot drop it, no. Like, yeah, you got the Hammer Bros moving around and stuff. But that adds like, what, 10, 15 seconds or something? I think it's 15 seconds per stage with Hammer Bros. If you have to do an extra one. Okay, nothing there.
Where can I take you?
We'll just do other characters, you know, make other guides, do other things like that.
Good day.
Hey, Tic Tac. How's it going? Yeah, Mang Song's is Q level 86, which means it can't even drop from a monster in here that is not a boss or champion or minion of one of those. So even the highest level monsters in the game that are just like regular monsters cannot drop it. It's only droppable from the big old bosses. Got yours from Pindle? Yeah, Pindle's a great spot to get it. We could do some Pindle runs if we wanted.
I can't carry.
It's another fine place. Thanks, Frank.
Good day.
What are some popular punishments he's received? What? What are you talking about?
I am overburdened.
Oh, man versus stream? I mean, there's everything. If you check the VODs, you'll see all sorts of stuff. Dim visions are terrible. Slap chops are brutal.
Take you.
Putting the shame hat on obviously sucks. You know, all the little Evo ones, the variety of that. Drop all your gear is pretty rough, especially when I have some piece of decent gear on. Or whenever I have to drop that specific piece of gear. Vortex shield. Yeah, so it's not like eat a jar of mustard is anything.
I am
Like,
overburdened.
the stuff is set, and then there's a bunch of wheels you could spin or specific ones you can pick.
Day.
Save and quit on bail. Personal favorite. Stupid save and quits. llama raid punishment? Raid someone and make them die in a race? Is that that? Hey, Ethrune. There it is. How much relief will I have when I get Mang Songs? A ton. Bruh, it'll be... I can't wait. We did it! Finally. Now we need Tal.
I am overburdened.
Whew. Oh, you like when all the llamas come on the screen and chase the cursor around. Gotcha. Epic llama. That's a good one. Yeah, run on players one.
Presence honors me.
I forgot, what was we discovered could be ran at the same time as half screen? Yeah, enhance and half screen could run at the same time. Never knew that before, but that was impossible. Oh my god. That was so horrible. Time. His child's sick? What? I don't even have a child. Control and make you switch difficulties. That was brutal.
Today is the day, my friend. It's gonna be dropping this stream. Shabbat loop.
Thanks, Craig. Shabbat loop. Change difficulties would be a rough one.
Good day.
That would be a rough one for sure. Thanks, Starman. Looking for some good bread. Good. I am running out of food. I need to go to the store and just buy like $500 worth of food and then not have to go to the store again. That'll be really nice. Or if I order food, yeah, a bunch of frozen pizzas, exactly. If I order food on the Amazon, is it gonna come in time? Or is it delayed? Fang knife. Ethereal? They don't have Instacart in Texas? Well, they're doing, you know, serving essentials places first right now or something. I don't know if we count as an essential area. They are delivering food ahead of other stuff, though. Okay. I'll take a look and see what they say for it. Cause yeah, I am very low on food.
Good day.
I think I have one frozen meal, some radishes, old spinach. Probably about it. This club has everything. Walmart pickup? That's true. Could do that. That'd be pretty easy. Weird looking paladin. We changed our title, right?
I can't carry anymore.
Just do protein shakes all day, every day. Good idea. Do I still have the old milk? No, I actually finished it, so I am all done with milk. But I do need more milk now. That's the problem. I can't have all my cereal.
Your presence honors me.
So, eat it with water. I look like a monster. Disgusting. Hey, rock hard. I've been having a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. That's all I do have. But now I'm also out of bread. I think I have 2 slices left. So we're getting down to the bottom of the barrel.
I need a heat.
Peanut butter's great.
Good day.
Oh yeah, that's the best isolation food right there. Just load up on peanut butter, you're good. What kind of cereal have I been eating? Some weird organic cereal. It's just marketing. It's the same as whatever crap, but it tastes alright, so I'm happy with it. No, crunchy is for people who, I don't know, have no sense of texture whatsoever. Gross. That's gross. You're nasty. Mang songs?
I can't.
Your presence
Just try
honors me.
PB&J on a spoon. It doesn't sound as good. Mayonnaise and Oreos? Bruh, y'all get nasty now. What's wrong with you? Disgusting. Never trust chat for food advice again. Last time. It's the last time. Now you want cookies? I do have cookie dough, actually. That's a good point. I could make some cookies. On Sunday night, or Monday, whenever I did that Paladin speedrun and then we died. I think it was Monday, right? I made myself a dozen cookies afterwards and then proceeded to eat all a dozen of them. So that's how we got over it. Still looking for that towel? Yep. Ghostglaive again. Jeez. I find that item way too much, it feels like. Pick it up.
I can't.
You gonna make pie tomorrow? That sounds pretty good. I could go for some pie.
Your presence honors me.
Alright, well, our first GG item of the day. A Wraith Flight. Never found it? We have a lot of it right now. Pancake sounds good. I do not have pancake mix, but that sounds like something I need to go get. My train gloves, FCR, and Coldress. Death's Fathom and Death's Web. I mean, those are two great trophies. Those are some beautiful items right there. Yeah, pancakes are delicious, man. I just don't have a griddle or anything. I mean, I guess you can make them in a pan. I've just always used a griddle when I was growing up. Pancake mix? Yeah, that's how you make pancakes. You go to the store and you buy the mix, and then you just put the mix with the milk and eggs, maybe? I don't know. That's just how it is. You buy the pancake mix at the store, and then you put the mix on the thing. Okay, I don't make the rules. This is just how you make pancakes. Does this help out in speedrun? It got pushed to tomorrow after 3 hours of not finding runes. But then, once again, then I still have the pan. And then what? Am I making the pancakes in the pan? Maybe. I guess so.
Speedrunner's Guide to Pancakes, starring Llama. Ingredients for Mang Song's dressing: 1/2 C olive oil, 1 tea rosemary, 1 tea thyme, 1 tea oregano, 2 tea sweet paprika, 2 med cloves of garlic, smashed 1 crumbled bay leaf, pinch of red pepper flakes, 1/4 plus tea sea salt, 1 tea lemon juice.
What does that actually make? Do I not have a single cast iron pan like an adult? No. Nobody got me that cast iron pan as like, hey, congratulations. They got me... I just have a regular frying pan, so I could use that. They're 20 bucks? What? I thought they were like 300 bucks, and they're like, you know, it's like the girls get the kitchen mixer and the guy gets the cast iron skillet, and it's when you finally become an adult. He's millinery, guys. I wish. If I was a millionaire, you think I'd be working 2 jobs right now? Cast iron is great. You make baller pizzas in them. I mean, it sounds nice. Do we have an Eth Viscerant? I feel like I do. I feel like I do, unfortunately. Cast iron is cheap. We don't have it! New Eth item!
Can I take you?
Unless I just didn't mark it. Ayo! New Eth item. Wow, we did it, everybody. We did it.
If you were a billionaire, I figure you would be begging the government to save your business.
Well, that's if I was a billionaire. We're talking millionaire. It's a good point, though.
Ethereal height.
Wow, 105 eth items left. Feels good, Mang. Beautiful.
Forcing hype train. It isn't tall F, but it is F.
Forcing hype train. I think for the hype train to happen, it has to be 15 different people with an event in 5 minutes. Something I don't know. I'm not exactly certain of what it got set as. Can someone link a build for traps in? If somebody links my YouTube or that specific guide, I have a whole like guide for it.
Good day.
Maybe Cosmic.
I am overburdened.
That's rough direct. That's Annihilus. Comes from Ubers. So there is a way to get him out, but I don't know how you have it right now. But if you go check my video also on my YouTube, killed Cheese Diablo,
Llama,
Uber
you
Diablo
only
with
started
ease.
running for
It's very
Hellforge
short.
and socket quests and
It'll
new
show you how to
ladders.
do that. Gotta get those Hell Forges. That was the main reason. Yes. Little swirling crystal action. You know, I spent all this time, tens of thousands of hours on this game, so I could have something that I could be really good at that could be cool. And then I went and tried to. I realized after a while that it's not like a party trick, you know? There's no way to use this skill to impress a girl. It's not like you sit down at a computer and you're like, now, watch me play this game for an hour. It's a very difficult trick to impress people with. Like, what if I speedran Mario Kart? You could impress tons of people with Mario Kart at a party or something. And I tried it. Of course I tried it! What was I supposed to do? So, I recommend if you're looking to get into speedrunning to impress girls, go for the shorter games. Games that you can beat in a quick enough time to still hold their attention. Are there any Mario Kart strats? Yeah, there's plenty. I mean, it's mostly how you go fast and then like ways to jump things and do whatever stuff.
Yes.
And then you get stuck in the tower anyways, and yeah. Everything you do involving girls is short. I feel that. gonna find this item already? I'm trying. I'm really trying my best. It has to eventually drop. Right?
Good day.
Like, eventually it has to drop. Oh, it's gonna drop on the Pally World Record? No. No, it will not. Maybe it'll drop at 99? Maybe. But it will drop is what you're saying, right? What you're saying is that it will drop. Nice, direct. I'm gonna get that in writing.
Your presence honors me.
If it already dropped and we missed it? No. Don't say that, Alganesh. Don't you dare say that.
A gift to you. So close.
So close. Thank you, Solomon, for 21 months. Wow. Finally turned 21. We don't believe in math here, alright? If we wanted to talk math, we'd be dating Math Girl.
Good day.
Alright. You're finally an adult. Here's the cast iron. I want to date Math Girl. Too bad, she's engaged. Nobody likes her anyways. Just kidding. She's very nice. She's busy curing coronavirus though right now.
I can't.
Skiller? Ugh. I think Diablo 4 will be released spring of 2021.
Your presence honors me.
Dr. Math Girl? Well, she is Dr. Math Girl, yes. Dang regime. I jinxed it. Right here, though. Oh. I don't like having those hacks. That's all.
Is it Magic Find Monday or Mang Songless Monday? I always get those mixed up.
Both.
I can't carry anymore.
Either one.
I am overburdened.
Hi, Camel. Did you get my Discord message? And what do you think? Exclamation mark Discord to join the Discord. Busy day at work.
Good day.
It's 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock. Oh my gosh. That's fair. I was working till 2 a.m. last week on Monday or Tuesday. I think it was on Monday. I worked till 2 a.m. So I've been there. Database crash? Nah, I had a presentation Tuesday and I had to finish developing some stuff. Oh my god, frames. Quit dropping.
Where can I take you?
Gah. Does Hell Diablo have good drops? His drops are okay. Did I get my bachelor's? Yeah. It's Twitch? Okay. Good to know.
Mr. Llama, I
can't
wanted to
drop
sign
Tickle,
up
yeah.
for your Patreon, but I can only find some dude using MRLLAMAST username. This can't be you. He only had 6 Patreons or something ridiculous.
What?
Please advise.
Six Patreons.
Fresh meat.
I don't know what my password is. I think we have 10 or 9.
Good day.
Do people at work know your DT prowess? Yeah. Thank you, Kazum. And thank you, Jackajick. Yeah, they know it. That's my Discord. Do you want me to send you the just like text or the paint files? Why are you on your phone? Aren't you at home? Where are you? It's quarantine, Camel.
I am over. A gift for you.
Who's not at home? Slackluster, thank you.
Your presence honors me.
You're considered essential? Don't you work from home anyways, though? Also, the word essential has really been stretched during this time. Wait, unique Ammy. Where was there a unique Ammy? Or did you get one? Get you a Mara's. Like, all I've learned is how many people are not essential, but their bosses claim them to be. How many businesses are lying. That's not too much of a stretch for you then, Camel.
Where can I take you?
29 Maras. Nice, GG. Good game. GameStop saying they were essential. Hobby Lobby claiming they're essential. Yeah, we've had a lot of essential. Three humps.
Good day.
Gross. I drove past my local Tom Thumb, or not Tom Thumb,
Help
I
me.
am overburdened.
Congratulations,
What do you call
Llama. You now have 11 patrons.
not
During
Lowe's.
this time, I am glad you enable mild amusement at jokes as a service.
Aw, thank you. Mwah. Appreciate that, Epsilon. Wow. Thank you, Epsilon, for the new patron. May your life be filled with patronizing joy. Home Depot, thank you. I don't know why I can't remember the name. So I drove past my local Home Depot. It was packed. Holy cow. I have never seen that many people.
I am overburdened.
Then you'll continue to not get audio, Camel. Like every dad getting projects at home or
We
something.
are all about patronizing around here.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just, but every single person is going into Home Depot. I think it's just a bunch of dads who are bored and want to get out of the house. Like, I don't feel like they're just spending time. I'm not saying they don't have any essentials. I'm just saying it is not being like there's way too many people for what should be a quarantine time. That's all. Well, all the golf courses in Dallas are, I think a majority of them are all still open. They all claim to be essential as well. Ones in California are closed? Huh. Ones in Texas were open last I knew because they all sent emails out saying why we're open. And I thought, because you want money, right? That's...
I am overburdened.
We know. Like we know why you're a business that operates and is trying to operate during this time. Yeah, like technically it would be possible to, but you still are like touching the ball that's touching the, you know, inside the cup that another ball was in, handles, you know, there's still some things, like even though it can be
Your presence honors me.
apart and all that stuff. Nice. We got the go-ahead from Mr. Camel, everybody. That's big. We got a big project in the works. This is gonna be bigger than anything you've ever seen. We've got a secret site in the works. Bigger than Llama RPG? Maybe.
I am overburdened.
Llama RPG is gonna be great when it eventually rolls out one day. I mean, to be fair, if you just take away alcohol from alcoholics, you will have a lot of people end up in the hospital. So, liquor actually is an essential Right now. In its own twisted way. Only the Fortune is closed? Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of ours are still open. Most ambulances carry wine with them? Oh, shoot. I know where I'm having my next party at.
I am over.
Llama match dating site? That would be a disaster. This site will actually be good. Like, you guys will actually really enjoy this site, I imagine. They just got a box of Francia. It's not good quality wine, and they charge you a lot for it. Is Monday some kind of meme? Well, it just rhymes better. Llamasonly.com. God. Sorry, it doesn't rhyme. It's an alliteration. Llama Harmony. Find your match now. Also, we want to send people to being locked in with their relatives 24/7 with no alcohol. I mean, I feel like in half the situations having alcohol there will be helpful, and the other half it'll just lead to even worse situations. Overall, having to stay inside with others is definitely going to lead to a lot of stuff, both good and bad. It's a great way to get closer. It's also a great way to hate people. I'm pretty sure there's many people I work with whose relationships and marriages are successful because they don't spend a lot of time together. He goes to the office, she goes to her job or stays with the kids or whatever. He stays late and loves it. And at the end of the day, it all works out. Secret is 2 TVs. Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have the next boomer generation born soon. The Coronas. Hospitals are gonna be overfilled with babies being born. What are we gonna do with all those gems? Reroll Grand Charms. And do some crafting. Mayonnaise stuffed French
I
toast.
heard in Russia
Jesus.
they are sentencing people to 7 years hard labor or 1 year house arrest with their wife. So far everyone has taken the hard labor kappa.
Kappa. Hey, Tal. We finally got our Taleth. Quarantines. Nice. Team. 14. Coronials. Oh, Jesus. That's what it's gonna be, too. Quarentennials. Oh, God. And it's not just gonna be in the US either. It's gonna be the entire world. The whole world is going to see a massive population tick in 9 months. As an additional 500 million babies are born. It was Japan's plan all along. That's right. Stock up on diapers? Psh, I'm going to invest all my money in diaper stocks. Jello Earth, thank you.
I'm overburdened.
Gerber? Yeah, I'll be investing in there as well. There will also be a lot more divorces. Also true. Jello.
I can't care.
Huggies and Gerber, all in and hold. Yep. That's right. Probably already more divorces. Is divorce an essential service? I don't know. Well, you have to have somebody who verifies the divorce and all that stuff. But yeah, I also imagine that is going to go way up as well. Prevents murders.
Your presence honors me.
Lawyers are working from home. Got it.
I can't carry.
How do you serve somebody? Is the person who serves them? Because that has to be done in person. So you serve somebody from 6 feet away. You got served. I'm not going to give you papers, though, because I touched them, and that would be by the mail. But then you can just claim you never got it. That's why you got to do it in person, right? That's a last resort? Oh. You can also do it in a public newspaper if they're resisting. Why do you guys know so much about serving people?
Good day.
From the contract tracing? Wait, what is contract tracing? Oh, you're saying like contact from COVID? Don't, Subliminal. So they traced it back and they were like, well, he got it from her. All right. That's pretty rough. On the bright side, at least there's no traffic. Bruh, the lack of traffic is amazing. I went driving at like 5 o'clock in Dallas on a weekday. And there was like 10 cars on the road. It was, oh. There's usually more traffic at midnight on a Tuesday. I just want to go drive, like, plus gas is like $1.39 a gallon or something right now. Something ridiculous.
I am overburdened.
I feel like I just want to go drive, you know, have a nice relaxing drive around the country or something. Or city.
I am overburdened. I can't carry.
Gas is gonna go back up. All the ethanol plants shut down across the country. Really? Wow.
Good day.
Oh yeah, I just realized my registration's expired. But I can't. What do you do? Can I go get my car inspected right now? I mean, the tag offices are closed, right, and stuff. And I would imagine inspections. Yeah, but you can't do an inspection online. I could do my re-registration online, but I have to have my car inspected first to get my emissions passing. Emissions places are closed? Okay, well then I'm... What happens if I get pulled over? It's all extended and valid for 90 more days? Okay.
Yes.
What do I drive? A classic. I got myself a 2004 Camry. It's got 217,000 miles on it, so she's at about her half-life right now. Texas is you have to do emissions of everything.
Good day.
Still a pup. Aw, so cute. That's right, she's Louise. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, a Camry is a great, reliable car, okay? It is not an old dad man car. Thank you very much. Lots of girls see you pull up in that and get excited. All right. It's a panty dropper.
Yes.
Sure. Wait, yours died at 220k miles? That's almost what I'm at. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I'm like 3k miles off from that. I can't afford a new car, not in this economy. Keep up my oil changes? I do.
Pulls up in 04 Camry, Says, hey girl, you want to go to Sizzler? I have a Groupon, KEKW.
Bro, I loved Sizzler when I was a kid. Oh, man. Everybody's buying guns right now. Ammo and gun sales are out off the chain. Have we had layoffs? Not yet. We'll see how long this runs for, though. This is the time to buy. Dealerships are hurting for business. I mean, I believe it, but I gotta have the dough for it. I just want to get a nice used Toyota Camry. Maybe like a nice 2015. I'm MFing here because it's good. Good place to MF. Maybe we'll do some Pindle.
Your presence honors me.
Everybody thinks that they'll be able to handle a gun under stress, but you know they'd all be like, "Gah, gah." There's very few people out there who would be able to handle it well. 80 months interest refinancing. Wow. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I try and take care of my engine. Try and take care of all that. And that. And this guy. And my pro gun. I'm not a big gun fan, to be honest. I mean, I understand it. But overall, we have a lot of people that should not have guns. I would be a much bigger fan of higher gun control. At the very least. And I don't understand why some people need to have hundreds of guns, or when you get to the, you know, dudes with like assault rifles and stuff. Like, it can be overdone. And it does get overdone often. And often by people who probably shouldn't have them.
Good afternoon.
Whoa! Man, I would love to find that on a speedrun. Very sexy. $11 all res, 30 fire res, 10 FCR. Not bad at all. And anybody who thinks that the guns that they have is going to be effective if they have to actually fight the government or our armies is sadly very mistaken. So I don't know. You know, we don't need to get all political with it all, whatever. But maybe camel. Cryptic sword. Government. Misspelled it, sorry. Thanks, Downright. I didn't know you can telekinesis arrows. Huh. That's interesting. Nice rep. Never something I've needed to do, because why as a sorceress would you ever telekinesis bolts and arrows? Interesting. Hey, Corona. Yeah, I remember when you could telekinesis everything, but then that was ridiculous. I mean, I know everything that I can teleport or telekinesis. I just didn't know about those. Telekinesis and arrow in flight? I mean, it would only make sense if I can telekinesis a group of them, that if an Amazon shoots an arrow at me, I could just telekinesis grab it in midair. That would be cool. Thanks, Such. I think. I will admit, I have often considered... Oh, why didn't you die already? Okay. I have considered before trying to go into government to try and make some sort of positive difference, just because I feel like we currently have more and more stuff moving away from the betterment of the world and country for the last 40 years, honestly. But man, I would just hate it so much, I feel like. Just all the trash that has to be dealt with it. Oh, man. But I feel like I would at least come into it with good intentions, and I feel strong-willed enough that I wouldn't stray from those, you know. Till the lobbyists show up? Screw that. I don't need any of that junk. Yeah?
Everyone has good intentions, then they get a taste of that sweet, sweet lobbyist money roll.
Not
See,
here.
you say it, and I don't know. I haven't been there, so I can't make the claim. But like, I don't want to have a lot of money. I have like the amount that I want to have and not more. You know? Like, I would much rather win $10 million in a lottery than $100 million in a lottery. This isn't me trying to be humble. I'm just being transparent and open. Sounds very Swedish. They're all about just enough. Yeah, I want just enough. Unless he donated 90 million. Yeah, sure. Okay, I win 100. Right. I'm saying for my personal self, and even 10 million would be too high. You know, like given power section on accomplish anything, everything like you have to be willing and able to make some major waves. Right, it'd be tough. I hate that government seems profitable. I would like to remove that piece of government. That would be what I would fight for. I would fight for removing all of the pieces that increase profits of people working in it. Just fix that all up. Oh my god. A gray form and a unique ring. Why not? An Archon staff. My colleagues would hate me for sure. Yeah, Citizens United would be the first thing I would fight after. That is numero uno. The flip side is only the wealthy can participate. No, see, that's not true. I'm not saying government people shouldn't be paid and shouldn't, you know, have to be minimum wage, anything like that. But I am saying
Hey, nothing fishy going on
you
here.
shouldn't have
Just these nice bankers
money as
paying
free
me
speech.
800 grand to make a private speech. Seems totally reasonable.
Right.
Maybe too reasonable. Let's make it
maybe 900. There you go.
KKEKW.
That sounds better. There just needs to be so much more that is there. And I don't even have the perfect solution right now. That's, you know, something I would have to like think up and work on and work with other people on and all that stuff. But there has to be so much. There's obviously a better system, but there needs to be so many rules and things in place preventing the gain of money that it can't even look like, oh, you know, you kind of got some and maybe this counts and maybe this does. Like, no, it would just be hard set. And if you break it, like, you're out. That's it, sort of things, you know? And then I would honestly be for the idea of making it easier for people to reforming the whole election process in general so that it's not built around only the wealthy can run. Because that's pretty much where it is right now. Good luck running for president or anything like, you know, like that if you don't have money behind you to back you up with it. I think if you give a, you know, do the thing where you have to get your signatures, you have to get whatever buy-in,
I am over.
and then there is money from a generic government fund, and every candidate that has set an amount of signatures, whatever it is, gets that money to spend on their election needs. Things like that. And then obviously fix voting so that, like, it's way easier to vote. Why is voting not a national holiday? I mean, we know why, but why is, you know, rhetorical question, kind of. Why is it not made easier? And obviously, once again, we know why. Then the SIGs get based off ad campaigns that the rich can pay for. Once again, I don't know what the qualifier is to get there, but yeah, the Wisconsin stuff is atrocious. I know, it's because of voter suppression, and I don't even have to say that from my own opinion because they've admitted it. They came out and admit that voter suppression is good for them, and they encourage it. So amazing. But it really is an interesting whole scenario overall. Dang, Drake. Everything about how governments work, politics, the election process, how all of these things, all of it is very interesting. I should have checked if that was Eth. Sorry, Will. Yeah, I mean, also abolishing the two-party system would be fabulous for this country. Having some sort of ranked vote or other vote system of a similar style. There's other ones that have been proven to be even better. Would be fabulous, because then you would no longer need to just vote on a party line and have two parties, because that's the only way you can successfully do it. Then there could be a lot more of, okay, well, roll the votes over, sort of thing. So yeah, I know, affiliate. It's fun to do. You can spin around and stuff doing it. Go skating, I like to call it. Right, go.
Not in town. Not here.
She kind of freaks out with vigor on. You'd rather not have a system where you elect a president that has... Well, that's why you do something, with a rank voting, so that things are still rolling up, right? So you say, okay, this is my first choice. This candidate's my second choice. This candidate's my third choice. To do that ranking, and then everything rolls up from there. But yeah, there's even better voting. I forget what the name of the system is. Well, the president gets 50% of the vote right now because there's only two parties. And there's only two candidates. really, right? The other, I mean, there's more parties, but there's only 2 parties, really, right? So you're kind of forced to vote into one or the other.
I can't carry anymore.
Like, I'm sure we'll see a lot of people vote for Biden this election that wouldn't really want to vote for Biden, but are just voting for Biden because they don't want to vote for Trump. And then you could have the same thing the other way. Vote on policy, not party. And that's the biggest issue, is nobody...
Don't forget, even if you win with most
not a
votes,
lot of
you
great-
still lose because why again?
Yeah. Another piece of it.
One of the best ideas I have ever heard was that the general election should be about the president as well as 3 issues the country cares about. The idea is that the GE vote matters more.
Huh. Be interesting.
I am overburdened.
You know, some people are going to vote based on sex, based on gender, based on, I guess, same sort of thing, based on skin color, based on whatever. I mean, that's just going to be the thing. I think the bigger issue, or one of the biggest issues that we're seeing, is the what's the word I'm looking for? Condensing. There's obviously many issues, but the condensing, those are almost so good. Please, if those had faster run walk. Dang it. The condensing of people to cities. That's the best way to put it. Over the past 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, whatever, every 10 years, more and more people move into a city. Urbanization, right. More and more people move into a city. And so cities are just getting larger and larger and larger. You're having more and more people in just Chicago, New York, Dallas, Houston, LA, San Francisco, whatever. And anywhere that doesn't have large cities is getting thinner and thinner. However, of course, in the way of voting and in the way of representatives and stuff, this is where you're getting that disproportionate representation among different states and cities and all of this stuff. Right. And so you have a vote in city X is worth 4 votes compared to the vote in city Y sort of thing, right?
I am overburdened.
And it will just continue to get even further and further far apart. Yeah, we also have tons of gerrymandering, which is a whole other issue. But it just continues to get worse and worse, essentially, as more and more people move into the cities. And so you have senators and congressmen and all of this stuff representing less and less people, but still having the same, you know, amount from each state or whatever it is. And that stuff isn't being adjusted to reflect where everybody is, essentially. Right. We're obviously not talking about basic issues like why is gerrymandering a thing and stuff. You know, these are just, those are like the first things that are, in my opinion, just obvious that need to be fixed. So,
Not here.
this is it? Is this the one? Aw, almost. Yeah, and there's the cap on it, and there's, right, and so there's definitely been issues with all of that stuff. So that's like a big issue, is that it's just representation has not accurately moved with how the country has moved and the population, and so it's kind of archaic in that regard. Why is my voice on higher pitch? I don't know. Probably audio.
I can't carry anymore.
It's kind of gone in the reverse direction, though, Camo. That's the thing. It's supposed to protect smaller states and stuff from mob rule of large cities, but it's gone in such the opposite direction that now those small cities and stuff have so much power that they kind of are overruling large majorities in instances. And then what honestly is even kind of worse about it all is that a majority of votes don't even matter. The presidential election is controlled by, I think, 22 counties? Something like that. I don't remember the exact number. There was research done. And 22 counties controlled the outcome of the election. Pretty much every election. Or a majority of elections in the last whatever years. Because those were the ones that there was 17 counties, something like that. Those are the ones that just have the, whatever way they sway. They're in that line. And the other ones are going to go the ways that they go, kind of. And that's a giant issue, like, that's a massive issue right there. So there's a lot of just basic things that could easily be fixed up. I say easily. Obviously, you have to, like, get all of the people in power who don't want to give up their power to agree. But from a scientific stand back and look at the system, there's very obvious flaws in the system that just need to be fixed. The system is definitely broken, Camel. It's just neither party is actually doing anything to fix it. I do think the Republican Party is more destructive and has gotten a little bit crazy in these last X years. A little more radical. Not that we need to bring this all up.
Well, I wish you luck with the science argument. MRLLAMASC.
Thank you. But I don't feel like the Democratic Party, when in power, and obviously, like, there's still all the checks and balances of it, that there, there's Senate, whatever. But I don't feel like there's a lot of stuff that really goes towards, like, fixing the system, which you think would be a really good thing to do. But then, why would a party want to introduce another party, right? Oh, let's open it up so that more parties can gain power. Right? Neither of them is going to want to do that. And that's kind of where we're at with it, I feel like. Thank you, Veins. Yeah, we don't truly have a party that is left, I would say. Good night, Kid Nacho. Have a good one.
Overburdened.
GG's. 2 to assassin skills, 2 to lightning sentry. Ah, almost nice. 1 to fade.
I am overburdened.
What's the best nihilist? 2020-10. Yeah, when I compare left versus like I'm not comparing over to like Europe's left, which obviously is much more left. I'm comparing to the 70s and prior, when we had labor laws and things that favored workers and stuff, right? Since that time, the country has removed a lot of that, and that's where we've seen a lot of wealth move towards the top and wealth inequality become more of a thing, and all of that. So that's kind of the left that I'm comparing to, is just America, but 50 years ago. Has immerse effect MF? It doesn't matter who gets his MF adds on top of your MF, but if he gets a kill, so it's both, and if he has no MF, then it's just your MF, whatever. And if you kill, it's just your MF, but if he kills, it's his plus yours. Best place to farm high runes? Lower Kurust if you just want up to Burr rune. Chaos Sanctuary or Cows or Trav. Those are really the best places.
Not even joking. Let's reanimate Abby Hoffman and have him be our president.
There you go. Thanks, Reddick. Is it worth running Pindle on anything higher than P1? I mean, if you want to. Pindle's not going to change his drops, but his minions will. Have I not found it yet? I don't know. Who knows? Let's plug allow you to combine high runes in cubes. Sure. Yeah, and that's definitely true. But we're also seeing kind of what happens when capitalism runs unhinged a little bit. When there's not enough protections and things in place, that's kind of what we're seeing now. And once again, no system is perfect. But, you know, there's definitely some sort of combination piece, and capitalism overall will eat itself, right? That's kind of the way to put it. Nice water walks. I want to keep this. Capitalism will eat itself a little bit if left completely unchecked. So having some checks and balances on it can be nice. Those puppies over there. That's trash. War staff. Oh man. Hey, rare Corona.
Join my army of the dead.
Pass me another slice of leg of Bezos.
Good afternoon.
Yep. Nice. Can Fiddle drop Mang? Yeah, of course. Of course. I think the biggest thing that I really like to remember is that we don't know everybody's situations. We know, A, what we see in the media, or we know what's right around us. And I don't think this is just true for, you know, a political discussion or anything like that. I think this is just true in about everything. Right. We don't know because we aren't around it. I'm around people who are middle class minimum, pretty much. Right? And I often don't have to see people who are living in the projects, who are struggling to find education, who have to be scared to go to school, whatever stuff, right? I don't have to see all that stuff. And so I don't get to have that mindset. I don't get to just, you know, I make a lot of judgments, assumptions, things like that. But I honestly believe that I could be most any person in the world, and that my situation would have a much greater effect on me than I like to believe. A lot of people think very highly of themselves, which is, you know, totally fine and great and whatever. But, you know, it's the, oh, I could never, blah, blah, blah. But I think if you gave someone a life that slowly pushed them in directions, you know, I think we have a lot wider range. Yeah, you guys gotta settle down, chat there. Be more respectful. I think we have a lot wider range of situations and who we would actually be and choices that we would actually make, despite how much we like to believe that we would never make those choices and things like that. So Mayonnaise Arrogance thinks himself a great work worthy of an interposition of a deity, more humble and I believe truer to consider him created from animals. Yeah, essentially. So I think having more compassion for others and more understanding and more openness and more willingness to accept other situations and things is always just better. Will some people take advantage of things? Sure. Is everybody a great person? No. Do people make bad decisions? Of course. But how many times have you made a bad decision And then when confronted, you go, okay, yeah, well, I mean, but in my situation, or it wasn't that big of a deal, or whatever, right? We've all done things that we're ashamed of, or that we don't like, or whatever it is. Is there anything else that looks resistances in life, and then look at your breakpoints. FCR, FHR.
I am overburdened.
That's pretty important when you can hit those next ones. Yeah, bad decisions help you learn stuff. Don't underestimate personality, though. I mean, yeah, but I think a lot of personality is also built from how you grew up, how you were raised, what kind of education you were able to get, how you feel in your scenarios, blah, blah, blah. Chat, chill. The next tag at someone to try and make them attack somebody gets timed out. All right? Stop it. I know politics does this. This is half my own fault. But I do think it's also valuable to spread positive opinions of those things as well. Show people that you can have opinions while remaining positive and things. So it's a tough, it's tough. I get it. I get it. It's tough. And I think a lot of people are angry. Just angry at current situations, feeling stuck, feeling out of control, things like that. Personality psychiatry versus social psychology. It's fair. Right. People are angry because there's real problems. And I don't think people feel adequately represented. And I think that causes a lot of... Yeah, and then there's assumptions, and then there's media, and then there's, you know, a lot of blame that gets thrown around. All sorts of stuff. So... The youth have always been apathetic voters, though. That's always been true. Would farming pits be better? I mean, this is still a good place to farm. Wow, another one.
I am overburdened.
Corona is all over the stream today. Did you wake up again, Raggets? Youth like opportunity to vote. I mean, that's why I would definitely love to have a national holiday for voting. But many can still get out to vote if they did put in more effort. I believe there is some lack of opportunity, but there is also just some apathy, some fear of doing it because they haven't done it before. Some, you know, there's a lot of things like that. And I think it also hits harder to younger voters when they feel underrepresented as well and stuff. Well, youth lack opportunity in that there is probably less flexibility in terms of jobs and hours and things like that, right? If you're older and you're working for a company, you know, or you're retired or whatever it is, it's much easier to vote. Or if, you know, you've been there for 30 years and know they won't fire you and things like that. It is against the law to prevent someone from voting, but, you know, what do you do if your work schedules you for 12 hours on that day and it's going to be a 2-hour voting line? Good luck. Like, yeah, it's against the law, but you're a 20-something-year-old kid and, you know, a lot of them are just going to be scared to ask. That's just going to be it. You can say that there's a solution, but it doesn't mean that they're all going to take it. Many of them will just let that small thing get in the way. They'd be too scared. They think they'll get fired for some other reason, whatever it is. And they don't even know. Yeah, your performance is subpar is why you get fired. And whose fault is that? I say the government's for not making it a national holiday or giving people a week to vote or whatever it is. That's whose fault I think it is, honestly. You can vote ahead of time? Some places. Not everywhere. The more places that you can vote ahead of time, the better, for sure. Right. Voting should be made as easy as possible. I think no matter what side you're on, that should be something that's obvious. It's not the current case, but that should be
Not here.
something that both sides are fighting for, and it's sad that it's not.
I kept carrying.
In Germany, everyone can vote on a Sunday. That'd be nice. In Europe, you never wait more than 5 minutes to vote. I mean, there's many places that wait hours to vote here. But that's also through a lot of intentional shutdowns of places, so it takes a long time to vote in areas that could vote more towards one party or the other. You know, it's just that crap. I wish. That'd be nice.
I am overburdened.
Needs to be available online. I mean, there would need to be stuff done. I wouldn't trust any government protections on that. Yeah. There would have to be some extra protections taken. You would need to use like blockchain technology or something. Nice buzzword. No, I'm serious. Blockchain would be really good for voting because it's 100% traceable all the way back. And if the system gets overtaken, then the system becomes worthless. They're working on blockchain voting already? Yeah, I mean, it would be fantastic. That's one of the uses of blockchain that is really, like, valuable in my opinion. I mean, it's already traceable. You can go and see who anybody's party is currently, so you could already be punished for your vote. So party does not equal vote. Yeah, in America it does. Pretty much. I would wonder what percentage switch up. Be interesting. Pretty much a just chatting stream, something like that. How much estimated time until 99? Depends what I do. We could get there in a couple months. Yeah, I mean, once again, the party system in itself is plenty flawed already.
Mr. Llama, do you think Blizzard is much better than Frozen Orb?
Yeah, it just does more damage.
That Blizzard is better because it has better AoE, and I sometimes have some on fire and maybe lightning mastery.
It's just the damage. Yeah, potentially true as other. You just get way more damage out of Blizzard. Is she intense? Maybe a little bit. Alright, well, one more run, and then we're gonna go to bed before we do our Hell Hardcore Paladin speedrun tomorrow. Both, John? I mean, one kind of breeds the other, so... something like that, Dragon. Mang songs! Oh, almost. I'm running 875 MF. That'll have my gear there. How to play Classic? Well, yeah, so you can just create a character that's not expansion. That's kind of Classic. Or you can go and install just Classic in itself if you want to get the more Classic experience of whatever. But yeah, I mean, you can just uncheck this and then you get Classic stuff, right? So you get your tiny stash and all that stuff. GG, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Mwah! Am I over odds on this piece? Yeah, like twice over. It's pretty bad. Exclamation mark schedule. Everything, of course, is up on the YouTube. I'll see you guys in like 11 or 12 hours, something like that. Peace. Have a great night. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for listening and engaging in conversation and being mostly respectful. Mostly. Something like that. All right. Let's go raid Macabre, and he's doing some experience stuff. Sounds fun. See you guys tomorrow.
Bone mages.
Have a good one.
Can I
Peace.
confirm?
Thank you, D West Star.
Sorry for blowing up your chat, llama.
Ah, it's
Night.
all good. It's all good. We are having fun.